Hey everybody, Ben here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up for yourself each and every day. So, I was at the grocery store yesterday and I was buying potatoes. And I'm looking at this one and it was really deformed. It didn't fit. It wasn't going to make good French fries. And I was told buy it. I was like, how is this? I'm looking at it. I'm like, am I supposed to subscribe with this or what? But, here is Bob. He doesn't, I called him Bob because that's what he wanted to be called last night. He doesn't look very good. I should say the way he looks. But when we think about this, you may feel this way, that you don't fit in. I can't I can't make good French fries out of Bob. I can't make a loaded potato out of Bob. Sure, if I cut them up into small little squares, it wouldn't matter if I'm making mashed potatoes or something. But when we and then when I grabbed him here for this video, I thought this other video that I seen the other day came up, and I guess it had to do with sled dogs. And there was this little dog, and he was smaller, and I guess they said he had impurities compared to the other good sled dogs. And the guy kept rejecting him and rejecting him. And then he finally tried him out, and he wasn't working in the team, and he ended up he was the leader. He was a great lead dog. When we don't fit, this can take a toll on us. Like this poor guy, who would have bought him? He'd be rejected every day. Maybe that's how you feel. That you are unworthy of, can look at jobs in general, or friends, society, relationships. Maybe you're online. How am I being rejected? He probably got moved around a lot, picked up, put down. He was in the way. How can we look at this? And uh, that's going to take a toll. Bob doesn't know what he looks like. It's kind of like the cow analogy, or like a cow with one cow raised with goats. All he sees is goats. He thinks he's a goat, and everybody else sees that he's different, you know? But he thinks he's like them. This is perfect. This is working really well here. I feel it. So, you know, this cow looks out and thinks he's the goat, so he does goat things because he thinks he's a goat. He's trying to fit in, just as you or I, however we want to. I'll use me so it's not like I'm attacking anybody. So I'm looking out here and I'm doing what everybody else is doing because I think I'm like them. I'm just doing them. I'm fitting in, but I'm huge compared to these little goats. I try to butt heads with them. I'll knock them over. I try to lay down. I'll squish them. Not saying we're that big, but just as an analogy here. And everybody else is looking and saying, boy, he doesn't fit in this group. And we feel this this rejection, but we don't understand why, you know? And when this is taking place, uh, maybe we try harder, or we just really pull back into this place of not feeling accepted. And it's not until we start to finally see that I am important, how I am. And it's this idea that I was viewing myself wrong, like I'm like them this whole time. And by doing so, I was limiting myself. I wasn't shining as bright, however we want to say it. I wasn't me because I thought I was them, or that's where I belonged. And standing alone uh, may have been a fear. I just mentioned the other day I seen that I put a poll post up about what somebody may have been dealing with. And there was one person that responded to it. I don't know how long ago because I didn't get a notification, but it said external acceptance. And this kind of ties into this. Are we Bob? Are we a cow with goats? And we're trying to, well, we think we are like them. Again, Bob doesn't know what he looks like either. He thinks he looks perfect like everybody else. I'm not saying that we're imperfect, but the idea of the cow and the goat is I just see goats and I'm too big. If I'm too big, if my spirit, my energy is too big, for them, well, people are going to look at you funny. And it's not even, maybe they look at you because it's too much. It excites their demons or their shadow. It startles them. They have to show up. Who wants to do that? When we really think about it, if you've like expanded or healed and you see things differently and you try to fit into a situation where they're not that way, well, you're going to be a problem. And not in a bad way, it's just it really messes with their head. They have to show up and they don't want to do that. And that sucks. It does. But it's not until we pull back and we really see ourselves as more than what we portrayed ourselves as. This isn't in an arrogant way. It's not in a malicious way. It is I am valuable and I've just been trying all the wrong ways because I didn't know any better because I thought I was a goat. Really, I'm a cow. I don't know why people, I don't mean to say that in a way that I don't know if they use this word goat. I don't know what it stands for. I think it means the best. But that's not what I'm saying. It's just an analogy. So, where are we here? Maybe we haven't seen this yet. Maybe we need to see this. We need to start viewing things this way. And it might suck because all we ever wanted to do was be loved. Bob just wants a hug. He wants to be accepted here. But maybe that's where we're at. And there's this constant pull to try to get that. But pulling back and starting to view things differently. Like that sled dog that you're out for a reason. You're not meant to fit in. And there's a reason behind that. Four of Swords reversed. Restlessness. This can be tied to constantly trying to, and I don't think it's naturally there would be some type of a wound, but I don't think that's the driving force. It's just, what the hell? Why can't I fit in? What's different about me? And we're really trying to be a goat to fit in with these other goats. And that's not to be mistaken with the best of the best. I don't know why that's coming up. Maybe we want to be the best. Maybe we want to be this goat, whatever that stands for. Hipster lingo that I don't know about. Four of Wands reversed. Delayed festivities. Whether just friend group, dating, work, success in any general sense, however we view it, it is all delayed. And it's because we're trying to fit ourselves in this box. We're trying to be what everybody else is trying to be, or is, or presenting themselves as. And there's this huge resistance. There's always going to be. When we drop ourselves down, we may not even know we're doing it. We're just doing what they're doing. It's not going to fulfill us. It's not going to reflect this joyous occasion as we want. We won't find solitude by having the view of the cow. We have to look in the mirror, and maybe we do, and we see Bob and we're like, I don't like that. Well, we're going to soon. The Lovers reversed. Conflict. Sure, we can look at this with romantic partners, friends, family in general, or self. There's naturally going to be a conflict with lovers, with friends, with family, because we're too big. We don't fit. And that probably hurts. It feels a certain way. And it's like, all I want to do is be accepted. I want to feel appreciated. I want to just be okay here. Why does it have to be a problem? And what's coming through is this reflection on that you're not supposed to be, going back to that sled dog idea, you're not supposed to be number 6, 8, or up to 2, 4, whatever number. I don't know how they number sled dogs, but that part of the team, you're supposed to be in front. And those people that maybe we were gravitating towards might not be a part of that team anymore. You're going to have a new team. And all we want is this connection of some sort, to feel accepted and welcomed, appreciated and understood. But maybe that's not the team, and that's okay. But there will be no team until we be ourselves and proud of it and accept it. Maybe we don't know who we are anymore at this point because we've been trying to fit into everybody else's experience and not living our own. Wheel of Fortune, cycles of change. We are closing it, or we have closed it. We've come to this understanding, coming to a place that, okay, I see it now. I understand it. That doesn't take away. I still feel this pull that I want this acceptance so much, and maybe I've been changing myself so much to try to make this work, to try to have somebody grab a hold of me and appreciate me. And that's not coming from a selfish place. It's just, I just want to be accepted. That's how it's really coming through here. It is, I just want to be appreciated, loved, accepted. And the team isn't your team. Maybe that hurts. Hermit reversed, isolation. Feeling extremely isolated. I'm seeing like out at the playground and everybody's playing and we're just standing way off there on our own. Down, and there's no blame there. It's a real feeling. I'm feeling it right now, and it's like, ugh. And I'm not in a place like that, so I can't fully reflect on it. But when we are, it could also feel like sacrificing at a point to get some sort of interaction, and that's really neglecting how big we are, how important we are. And I don't think it's being seen that way. We need to get to a place, if we're not, or if we just started working on it, to understand that I got to be me. Like I said, maybe we don't know who we are anymore. Seven of Pentacles reversed. Frustration. I get this. This is what I mean. I've been feeling it here. It is. It's annoying. It's really annoying. There's something there. It's holding us back on this view of ourselves. And like I said, I'm not sure if we're already starting to see it and making corrections or directions towards it. But if not, find yourself a Bob maybe. You are Bob. We are all Bob in this state. We are not supposed to be fitting. You're not part of this. You're the leader of your own experience, not following everyone else. And depending on how old you are, and if we really reflect back and look at how unfulfilled we may have been or rejected by trying to fit into boxes or categories that we couldn't, it is very trying and frustrating, with all sorts of conflict and delayed festivity, whether with self or people in general. And it's really coming to this understanding that you're much larger than that, and that might be a hard thing to swallow, because maybe all we've ever felt is less than. We felt rejected. It's the opposite. So something to look at and to work on. Happy to help with that. And if this resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will talk to y'all later.